What's up, internet? It's your boy Hot Noodle, and I'm the creative director at xCephasx Studios, where we make animations for clothing brands and snack brands. So if you need an animation, please holla at your boy. And let's get into today's video. This is the Forgotten Secret Society of Krotona. I don't know what in the world that is. Is that some sort of kryptonite society? Let's find out, obviously.
Now that evening is here, suppose we go to a world premiere held at Grauman's Chinese...
Okay. Like, out of all the different voiceovers you guys could have used, you definitely had to use the 1975, like the 1950s, voice. Nah, see, you want to be a star, see, kid? Hollywood. Well, the stars shine bright and everyone's under contract, see? All right, sorry.
Let's go. Our first showing in Hollywood is an event of worldwide interest.
Krotona. Always the secret hooded people, always the white people doing weird things. What's up with y'all white people and wearing hoods and trying to be mages? Explain that to me. I need an explanation because it's ridiculous.
Hollywood is home to many secrets, and today we will dive into the history of one of the strangest secret societies within it. You may have never heard of Krotona or Theosophy at all, but in the 1920s, this philosophical movement was thriving. It included tons of celebrities like Charlie Chaplin and Mary Astor, and even began building their own utopian self-sustaining community within the Hollywood Hills. Many of the structures they built still stand to this day. Later in the video, I will visit some of these sites, and I will explore what happened to this society and all of its history. Welcome to Waste Media. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. Let's get started. Theosophy is a philosophical movement that blends Eastern and Western traditions. It emerged in the late 19th century and was founded by Helena Blavatsky, Henry Olcott, and William Quan Judge in New York.
You know who she looks like? Let's not even... Who is the slug from Star Wars? Like the slug character, fam. You can't tell me she doesn't look like the giant slug character from Star Wars. Stop it. Is it Jabba the Hutt? If it's Jabba the Hutt, I'm kind of embarrassed for myself, because if it's Jabba the Hutt, then I'm kind of like a super nerd that I would know this. And why is this not working? Okay, forget it. My internet is hella slow right now, but we'll get back to that if it
New York
works.
City in 1875. It draws heavily from Hinduism, Buddhism, and esoteric Western philosophies. The movement wanted to unify science, religion, and philosophy under the guiding principles of universal brotherhood and spiritual enlightenment. Blavatsky believed in an ancient wisdom underlying all world religions that was guarded by a secret brotherhood of spiritual experts known as the Masters. These Masters were beyond normal perception. The movement began to grow, and by the early 20th century, its influence reached California. Albert Powell...
There's not a single black person there. You know what's crazy about these secret societies, fam? Is that it's always white people, bro. It's always white people joining secret societies, trying to be secret and societal. It seems that, you know, white people don't have any sense of culture. And I don't even really mean to make this some sort of like race video at all. I love my white bitches, but I'm just saying that, like, it just seems that y'all go around pillaging in different countries and societies, and you go in there and you take over what they already have, and you steal a majority of their... Like, I'm gonna just say, white people are culture vultures, bro. Like, y'all go everywhere and you steal everything. Like, you go around stealing spices and sugars, but you don't use any spice in your food. Like, you know what I mean? Explain to me how this makes any sense.
Warrington, a devoted theosophist, envisioned a spiritual oasis where the ideas associated with theosophy could flourish. Inspired by the ancient Pythagorean commune, Krotona, he set out to create a modern counterpart. After extensive searching, he selected a serene, undeveloped stretch of Beechwood Canyon in the Hollywood Hills. In 1912, the Krotona Institute of Theosophy was established on a 10-acre plot. At the heart of this property stood the Krotona Inn, a complex with a lush courtyard, guest rooms, and a space for communal dining. Completely by coincidence, a couple years ago when I was searching for a place to live in Los Angeles, I actually toured an apartment within this complex, without knowing anything about it. When I was doing research for this video, I realized that I had actually been inside this building. It was really cool inside, with old wallpaper, and had a very old Hollywood feel inside, with nice tile work. Now back to the story. Near the Krotona Inn was the Temple of the Rosy Cross. Built in 1914, it served as the spiritual hub of the entire project. This is where rituals and lectures were hosted in a 350-seat auditorium. auditorium. A science building was also later added, which was used for metaphysical experiments and research. Craftsman-style bungalows dotted the hills, providing housing for members. Rituals were one of the most important aspects of life at Krotona. Private ceremonies/rituals often involved
You know what? There's a secret society film, or there's two secret society films out right now. One title is really not in my brain, but the movie is starring Harry Styles. All right, it's starring Harry Styles, and it's set in like the 1960s, and it's essentially about like this movie about the Matrix, right? This idea of like breaking the Matrix, breaking the sort of the mold, and not being able to tell that like essentially there's like a big brother aspect. So there's one movie there, if you search up Harry Styles, movie set in the 1960s, it has to do with the secret societies of Hollywood. And there's another one by A24 Films called Silver Lake. All right, so that one I think has to do with the idea of these Krotona, this society of the Krotona people. But yeah, there's been a bunch of like secret society movies that have come out that people just kind of like are unaware of. But if you really kind of dig deeper and behind this whole thing, you kind of realize that there's like, that's the thing about Hollywood, bro, is like before everything would kind of just be hidden, but now like they just have gotten so bold, they try to just like throw it literally in your face. There's this one photo of Tom Hanks, not to get off sidetrack, but there's this photo that Tom Hanks would post on his Instagram, right, where there's that glove. Remember the glove photo? If you look, search up Tom Hanks glove photo, you'll see there's a glove and there's this scroll that says like SRC USA. If you type this information not on Google, but on the Google equivalent, the Russian Google equivalent called Yandex, it will come up with some crazy information relating to minors. All right.
meditation, chanting, and symbolic acts to connect with the masters and higher planes of existence. The community grew rapidly and attracted wealthy supporters, intellectuals, and many artists who would go on to shape the cultural identity of Hollywood in the 1920s. Among these figures was Mary Hotchner, a former opera singer turned amateur architect who designed some of Krotona's most iconic structures, including the Moorcrest Mansion, which was recently purchased by entertainer Andy Samberg. The Moorcrest Mansion was also famous for housing Charlie Chaplin and actress Mary Astor. Charlie Chaplin became closely associated with the Theosophical Society and Krotona, where he is said to have participated in meditation sessions and discussions about the mystical principles of theosophy. Other influential residents included Christine Stevenson, an heiress of the Pittsburgh Paint Company, who helped found the Hollywood Bowl. Today, the Pittsburgh Paint Company is a Fortune 500 company that is the second largest coating company by revenue, behind only Sherwin-Williams. Even Thomas Edison was a theosophist, although he never lived in Krotona. But this gives you an idea of the amount of money and influence many members within this society had. But things began to change by the mid-1920s. The tranquil nature of Beechwood Canyon slowly began to disappear as Hollywood was rapidly expanding. Seeking a quieter environment, the Krotona Institute made the decision to relocate. In 1926, the Theosophists settled in Ojai, California, about an hour-and-a-half drive.
The fact that they look way too similar to the KKK, that cannot be a coincidence. I refuse to believe that it's a coincidence that y'all look hella KKK-esque.
In Los Angeles. Today, many remnants of Krotona's Hollywood vision remain scattered around Beechwood Canyon. This is Moorcrest, designed by Mary Hotchner in 1921. This Moorish-inspired mansion remains one of the most iconic structures of the Krotona era. Initially intended as part of the community, Moorcrest gained fame as the home of Charlie Chaplin and later Mary Astor. This is the Ternary Building, originally a trio of Moorish-style residences surrounding a courtyard. The Ternary Building housed prominent theosophists, including Grace Shaw Duff and Mary Hotchner.
Looks like they need
There's also the Science Building, which was once the site of metaphysical experiments. It is now a private residence. There is also the Krotona Flight Staircase, a grand staircase leading to the colony's main grounds. The Krotona Flight was intended to symbolize spiritual ascension. Built with a fountain and intricate stonework, it offers a dramatic approach to the colony. There is also more structures that were built by the Krotona Society, but not all can be found online. And most of them are private residences now, so you can't really go into them and film them. But
the aesthetic of all these buildings has a very Venetian aesthetic. It has a lot of styles that are kind of style cues from a little bit of like something similar or something akin to something you would find in South America, but it has a very Venetian style and sense of something that you would also similarly find in somewhere in Italy, right? So I don't know where they're getting their style cues from, but it really has like, especially like the castle aspects of these buildings. It really looks like, okay, Y'all are not. These are not your aesthetics. Okay, you're clearly stealing them from somewhere else, but it doesn't really matter because the whole aesthetic of this philosophical society is all stolen, bro. Like I said, bro. Like y'all white people are weird, fam. I mean, I still love you. Don't get me wrong. It's not a race war video, but come on, man. Y'all are just weird, fam.
They do have a distinct architectural style that you can look out for if you are in the Beechwood Canyon area. Some of them have domes on the roof and similar style to the other buildings shown in this video. I read somewhere online that there's about 24 structures still remaining in the Beechwood Canyon area that was built by the Krotona Society. The Krotona colony is easy to miss now, but the next time you're in these hills, look out for these distinct buildings within the canyon. As mysteriously as Krotona emerged, it also vanished. Soon the story of these buildings was forgotten, and as the surrounding hills developed, they became just a few buildings within a maze of million-dollar homes and apartment complexes. Hollywood has always been mysterious, especially early Hollywood. The mysteries of this neighborhood live on to this day. Thanks for watching this video. Let me know other places you want me to explore in the comments. Thank you and have a great day.
You heard it here first, boys. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.